Welcome back to Drug Talk, everybody. In today's video, I want to briefly go over what I think was the cause of my recent manic episode. So if you watch my mental health videos, you know that I often talk about sleep, how sleep is the first thing to kind of get out of whack before you do actually progress forward on that path towards mania. However, having said that, there has to be an underlying reason why my sleep started to get out of whack, why I was going to bed at 10 or 11 and waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. without being able to get back to sleep. So clearly during this time, my mood was elevated. I was on that path towards mania, and my energy was very high. So about 8 months ago, I was given a blood work requisition form to go over to the lab, get a couple things checked out, and one of the things on the requisition was my lithium level. Lithium is something when you have bipolar disorder, you should have it checked annually. But it's been years since I had my lithium level checked because I was doing so well, because I hadn't had a manic episode in 6 years. So that's partly my fault. I had definitely become complacent because things were going so well. You know, I was taking my sleeping medication, I was taking my lithium, and I was taking my antipsychotics every night, and hadn't had any episodes, so I thought everything was kind of where it should be. So over the last few months, slowly over time, like I said, my energy level started getting increasingly high, and I started having trouble sleeping, and I still didn't go to the lab to get that lithium level checked. It wasn't until I was hospitalized with a manic episode and had blood work done in the hospital that I found out my lithium level was 0.4. So half of the minimum threshold of what it should be. We really want to see that lithium level around 0.8 to 1.2, potentially even higher. But again, like I said, my lithium level was 0.4, and lithium is my mood stabilizer. So when lithium is in the proper range, I should have a stable mood. I shouldn't go into bouts of depression. I shouldn't go into bouts of mania. Everything should remain stable. So I do kind of feel like this manic episode was partly my fault because I've had appointments with my psychiatrist. I could have easily said, can we get my lithium level checked? I'm curious to see what my lithium level is. I could have started the conversation in many different ways. And like I said, he did actually give me a blood work requisition 8 months ago. And I just kept making excuses. I'm too busy at work to go get my blood work done. I don't think I need it. I think I'm stable. I've gone 6 years without an episode. I just don't think it's necessary. And we've had conversations about lithium over the last few years, and the level is important, but the level isn't everything. Really, if you are stable, there are some situations where you kind of put off getting that level checked. But like I said, mine was 0.4, should be at least 0.8. So I think that was a huge contributing factor to this manic episode. So while I was in the hospital, I increased my dose of lithium from 1,050 all the way up to 1,350. And over time, that lithium level did get back up to 0.8. Honestly, I'm a little bit still nervous now. I'd kind of rather see it at 1.2. So I may talk to my psychiatrist about increasing my lithium even a little bit more. But of course, taking more lithium, there are some other risks that you have to consider with high dosing. So let this video be a warning to everybody watching who takes lithium, who has bipolar disorder. Make sure, if your psychiatrist or family doctor gives you that lab work, the blood work requisition, go and get your lithium level checked. It is vitally important to keep you stable. Again, not just for mania, but to slide into bouts of depression as well. Make sure if you are given the instruction to get your lithium level checked, you go to the lab and get it done. So moving forward, I think I'm probably going to at least get it done annually for sure. There's no way I'll go more than a year without getting my lithium level checked again. Because like I said, I do think that was a huge contributing factor to this manic episode. And you have to think, having a manic episode, you're in the hospital for weeks, sometimes even a month. You're missing time from work, which has financial impacts. I'm going to be off work now for, a couple months to kind of get stable, to monitor myself during the winter time. We know the clocks just changed, so I'm going to stay off work because of this manic episode. So all this just to say, having your lithium level checked is crucially important. So make sure, like I said, if you're on lithium, if you have bipolar disorder, get that level checked, make sure it's in the range. You won't regret it. And that's it for this video, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care.